there, everybody. I am so excited to go live. Let me go ahead and just pull up my notes. All right. Hi, I'm Jen with Women Who Execute, and I help wedding photographers plan, prioritize, and execute to take their businesses to the next level. We are still in Marketing Week, and today we will be discussing blogging. Specifically, 5 simple blogging tips for wedding photographers to book more brides. Beyond the typical wedding and engagement blogging, which I will talk about in the next video next week, we will be talking about the simple tips to blogging. In order for brides to find you from your blog, you first need to blog. I hate blogging. It is the bane of my existence, so I totally get it. But it truly is necessary, and you have to do it if you want to book more brides. You can share this blog section by section on Instagram stories and on your feed and other social media, but it all starts with the blog. It also needs to be effective so that Google shows it to more people. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Tip number 1 is keeping it simple. The more complicated or detailed, think the length of your blog post, the more difficult it is. So in other words, if you have something that's like 5 to 6 pages long, while it's great for a blog and it's a good read, you might lose some people along the way. I find that if it's shorter and to the point with bullet points, people more easily read it, especially brides. You want to think of it as a conversation you have with your brides. Brides are busy with wedding planning and they don't want the long version. Keep it short and keep it sweet, and don't worry that you've been told by other experts, like for blogging and SEO, that 350 words is a minimum. I would tend to disagree, in particular just for wedding photographers, because brides just don't have the time. Helpful, easy to read content is something that busy brides are drawn to, and your blog will start ranking in Google algorithm quickly when you blog and make it easy for them to read. That means Google will choose through their algorithm to show your blog post higher on the search page. Tip number 2. Use a title that is searchable. You can do this before or after. For me, I typically pick a title in terms of a subject and then I write about it. Then I look over the blog post and I think, how would I search for this content in Google? So how easy would it be to, how would a bride find this information, right? When I find a popular post that has a title similar to mine, I will tweak my post so that it ranks better, and then I insert that into Google as a search to see what comes up. This ensures that you rank higher in Google. Tip number 3 is to keep in mind that who your ideal bride is and your brand style and your brand voice when you're blogging. You want to think about how you would speak to your ideal bride. You also want to use branding words that describe your business and use that voice. A good example is Gary Vaynerchuk. He is straightforward. He says it like it is. He cusses like a sailor. He is motivational as a way of kicking you in the ass, right? On the opposite side of things is probably Oprah Winfrey. She's loving, supportive, the biggest cheerleader you'll have, and she's super maternal. Tip number 4, consistently blog and have a system, whether that's once a week or twice a week or every 2 weeks. Ensure that you do it on the same day. Google loves consistency, and you will rank higher. And if you have a system for blogging to make it easier, it will be way easier all the way around. If you put a system for blogging into effect into your daily tasks, it will make blogging much easier because it's a systematic thing that you do consistently throughout the week, and you take it in bite-sized pieces so that it doesn't take you 5 years to get it done. Also, if you have a template of how to make each blog so that each blog post is familiar, it follows the same cadence or the same style and template, it will go 100 times easier to be writing blog posts. I'll go into that one in another video in Marketing Month. So make sure that you are following this private Facebook, or if you view me on YouTube, definitely subscribe and click that little bell so that you're notified when the next video is released. Tip number 5, share it everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Share that blog on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Pinterest, on Facebook. Share it like everywhere you're gonna want to be found. I will go into a lot of the sharing it and the template and that kind of thing in the next several videos. I hope that you have a great day, and if you have any questions, put them below and I'll make sure to answer them. Talk to you later.